I'm interrupting both my physical and spiritual training for Sunday's big match in Birmingham to bring you the last of this week's programmes, which marks the return of new cult hero The Mad Professor, along with a session from the Outcasts and records from Ike Yard, 1919, Somewhere a Voice, The Farmer's Boys, Deutsche Amerikanische Freundschaft, The Fall, Plastic Flies, Cocteau Twins, Robert Wyatt, Harry the Hipster Gibson, Eraserhead, David Ziggy Marley and others. And we're going to get things off to an entirely inappropriate start by playing you a request. This is for Rick, Andy, Tim and Chibs, the Bolshevik punks from Norwich. That's Blitz and a track from their impending LP from No Future Records, I Don't Need You, the title of it. And from Artery on Red Flame, this is The Clown. That's Artery and their single on Red Flame Records and The Clown. In case I sound a little nervous tonight, it's because of the football match, because the pig is always quite convinced that I'm going to die in one of these matches. I always say that I won't die until they play one at Anfield, and I'll almost certainly never do that, so I should live for quite a long time. But as you can imagine, as I hair down the wing, I usually have to have like a nurse in attendance and some kind of plasma truck waiting at the other end to receive me, whatever a plasma truck is. I think I probably just made it up. But I'm not sure who's going to be playing in the match either. Peter Powell's captain of our team, and a team of guest celebrities we're playing against, including a couple of members of the Beat. Guest celebrities I know usually means somebody who once roaded for the Mojos and things like this, but one or two famous people that you will have heard of, that's for sure. These are the Outcasts and Magnum Force. Into the oxygen tent, that's what I meant to say before. Those are the Outcasts, the first from them, Magnum Force, and this is from the LP Uhuru in dub, attributed to Prince Jammies, and Bad Girls dub. If I didn't know that Roger Chapman was currently knocking them dead in somewhere like Kaiserslautern, I would assume that was Roger Chapman on occasion. The Undertones, and that's the Love Parade, and before that, a track from the LP Uhuru in dub on CSA Records, specifically Bad Girls dub. This next tune is called Put a Nickel in the Slot. Is this 40s ghetto imagery for, you know, I hear you cry? No, it isn't.
The matter with the radio? I don't know. It just won't go. Well, if we're gonna do the Lindy Hop, tell you what you gotta do, Pop. Mom, put a nickel in the slot, baby. They're my favorite piece. Which one? Let me see now. I forgot. How about the Como's new release, huh? What do you say? Put a nickel in the slot. I wanna hear Johnny Johnson cruise. And a groovy-doodle song by Jesus Scott or Harry Gibson shouting out a tune. It sounds like a record on the radio, but you can play anything that you wish. From just a gigolo to what you know, Joe. I like my favorite dish, so whistle. Yeah, put a nickel in the slot. I got to hear everyone they got. Don't ask me who, when, why, or what. Put another nickel, put a nickel in the slot. That's the stuff you gotta watch. Well, then watch it, Gibby, watch it now. Boy, I sound like Count Basie jumping that on the air. Listen to them horns, man. Yeah, all right, baby, but look out for my horns. All right, I'll be careful. Hoodly bounce like a record on the radio. You can play anything that you wish. From just a gigolo to what you know, Joe. I like my favorite dish, so whisk. Yeah, put a nickel in the slot. I got to hear everyone they got. Don't ask me who, when, why, or what. Baby, put another nickel, put a nickel in the slot. Now come on, baby, put a nickel in that thing. Put a quarter in it. Just make this thing jump. That's right. Put a nickel in the
We'll give it our earliest attention. Put a nickel in the slot. That's from the LP Swing Time Jive on Stash Records. Harry the Hipster Gibson from, well, sometime in the early 1940s, I suppose. This is from Eraserhead from their LP The Rumble of the East. Signature tune for the John Peel Roadshow. No One Sees Me Now. Razorhead, and that's from their LP on Flick Knife Records, No One Sees Me Now. The first, in fact, from the Mad Professor for tonight.
Dubbing John Peel crazy.
I'm not entirely sure if having something that sounds like a bunch of old washing machine parts being dragged around in a sack named after you is entirely complimentary. That's the Mad Professor and John Peel dub, and not much mail, actually, this week. Not that I want to encourage you to write to me, because, obviously, if you want to write. I'm always pleased to get the letters, and they do get read, contrary to what some people think. Don't always get answered, I have to admit that. It says, please acknowledge presence of Gillian Bull, hailing from near Burnley and studying laboriously at Stirling University. Also say hello to anyone I know and my acquaintances in Stacksteads by the Irwell. I think you've made that up, frankly. It says, I sympathise with the considerable pain you must have endured introducing Baz Manilow on last week's Top of the Pops. Enough to make your gums bleed, Gillian. You've got Fetus on Your Breath, the name of the ensemble, and that's the next track on the LP, which I'm sure you'd enjoy enormously if I played it to you, which I will do one of these nights, but not tonight. And that was called Gums Bleed. Actually, on the subject of Top of the Pops and Barry Manilow, which I won't go on about at any great length, but one or two people thought that I was a little frivolous in my introduction to Barry Manilow, and the letters which I got subsequently, which are still coming in, actually really extraordinarily violent letters, almost all of them from women, and they all seem to live in Manchester for some strange reason, threatening me with complex and highly ritualised emasculations and similar ceremonies, and it's all. I shan't go to Manchester for a very long time, I think. This is Robert Wyatt, Shipbuilding.
Is it worth it? A new winter coat and shoes for the wife, and a bicycle on the boy's birthday. It's just a rumour that was spread around town by the women and children. Soon we'll be shipbuilding. Well, I ask you, the boy said that they're going to take me to task, but I'll be back by Christmas. It's just a rumour that was spread around town. Somebody said that someone got filled in for saying that people get killed in the result of the shipbuilding. With all the will in the world, diving for dear life, when we could be diving for pearls. It's just a rumor that was spread around town, a telegram or a picture postcard. Within weeks they'll be reopening the shipyard and notifying the next of kin once again. It's all we're skilled in. We will be shipbuilding. With all the will in the world, diving for dear life, when we could be diving for pearls.
Well, dash me if I didn't hear the Beast, Simon Bates, playing that on his programme earlier in the week, and quite rightly so. Mind you, he made a rather slightly disparaging remark about it, and Dallas, he'll be getting letters from Manchester as well. Now, that's Robert Wyatt and Shipbuilding on Rough Trade, and from Zuzu Sparks, this is another one of those things which you assume is getting played in various places, but isn't, perhaps because it's over 4 minutes long. Big Boys.
Put me somewhere where I can lose some sleep. Plasterboard your makeup, beauty is skin deep.
That's quite a good single, really, and one of the noises in it sounds rather like the start of Top of the Pops, Zuzu Sharks. I think I said Sparks beforehand, which is wrong, on Polydor Records, and that's called Big Boys. From the Outcasts, Frustration. I've passed into some kind of new condition beyond frustration, actually. Those are the Outcasts, and the piece was called Frustration. And I was reading in the music papers over the weekend, some reviewer, some malcontent, had said that the Cocteau Twins make Susie and the Banshees records. I must admit, I don't even begin to understand that. It doesn't sound anything remotely like Susie and the Banshees. I mean, they've both got... Susie's female, and so is Liz, who's the singer with the Cocteau Twins. But beyond that, from the EP, rather, the 12-inch EP Lullaby, she's called Liz. Now, you say things like that, is she called Liz? From the EP Lullabies, it's all but an Archlark. think they're excellent, and I suspect a lot of you do as well, because the records always seem to do quite well in the alternative charts, whatever that signifies. The Cocteau Twins, and that's from the 12-inch EP Lullabies. Next from Jar Shaka, another track from the LP Commandments of Dub. This is Commandment 4, actually. I was trying to remember which one that is. Probably Thou Shalt Not Sell Portable Heaters on a Sunday, I expect. That was Jar Shaker, or is it Shaka? And then Walter suggested it could possibly be Shaka, because he said that there was somebody called Shaka who was like King of the Zulus. How he knows this, I simply don't know. He probably made it up. Either way, it comes from the LP Commandments of Dub, which is on Jar Shaker Shaka Shaka Records, and it's called Verse 4, a particular one. From the Plastic Flies, and as I explained last time I played this means plastic that is airborne rather than insects that are made of the stuff. This is Sense of Time.
Panic, UK, we're in our ruts. Dance on another moving, it's not over yet. Dance is for dancing, money well spent. Dance to the winter of discontent. There's something more us in the end. So dance to the winter of discontent. Ooh, the sense of time. Say so right, sense of time. Say so right, sense of time. Say so right, sense of time. Say so right.
This is The Passage on Cherry Red Records, the new single, Wave.
Who said song and dance, great escape? Who made bombs and flags, state of play? Got everything in the ear and through the veins to help us change. Just as begun, here comes another wave. It's out, something is out, something is out. Here comes another wave. It's out, something is out, something is out. Here comes another wave. It's out, something is out, something is out. Here comes out. No music in this song can drown them out, and there are no words enough to shout them down. But every sound a chance to climb all the four estates. Before we've done, here comes another wave. It's down, pushing us down, pushing us down. Here comes another wave. It's down, pushing us down, pushing us down. Here comes another wave. It's down, pushing us down, pushing us down. Here comes out. No hands, no claws are strong to tear them down. No fingers stretch so far to twist them out. But every note struck out is here in time to turn the scale. Before the end, they'll send another wave. It's out, only a sound, only a sound. Here comes another wave. It's out, only a sound, only a sound. Here comes another wave. It's out, only a sound, only a sound. Here comes out.
That was The Passage, dismissed as progressive rock by Lyndon Barber last week. How could you say such nasty things, Lyndon? And while that was going on, I actually cut my thumb opening a package with an LP in from Los Angeles, California, by an ensemble called The Human Hands. I tell you this, not because you feel sympathetic for me, but because it included with it a new wave chart, which looks, well, moderately interesting, I suppose. It says the following are the best-selling new wave records in the LA area, other than those LPs which have made the top 30 chart. Yeah, I see what you mean. Well, the first of them is the one which I've been sent by The Human Hands. Then after that, The Dead Kennedys. The Meat Puppets, whose record we played quite a lot, are holding in there at number 3. 4, Soft Cell and What. 5, The Au Pairs. 6, Duran Duran. 7, Wall of Voodoo. 8, Crass. 9, because it's been reproduced about 500 times, it's a bit difficult to read. But then Polyphonic Size and Simple Minds. Not actually as all as interesting as I thought it was going to be. From The Mad Professor, this is Funking the Capital Dub. Funking the Capital Dub, that's the Mad Professor. And curiously enough, the other afternoon when I was toying decadently with some deep-fried mushrooms in Covent Garden, somebody thrust this into my hand, this record into my hand that I'm about to play you, which apparently was also some of the Mad Professor's work. It's by somebody called Boy from Arkansas, and it's kind of, well, it's described as disco dub square dance.
All set. All set. Tighten up your traces. For another long haul. All jump up and never come down. Swing your honey around and around till the hollow of your foot makes a hole in the ground. Promenade, oh promenade. First couple out to the right. The ladies bow and the gents bow under. Round you go and go like thunder. Break and circle four in a ring. Do-si-do and a do-si-ding. On to the next with 8 hands over, ladies bow and the gents bow under. Up those girls and go like thunder. Break and circle four in a ring. Do-si-do and a do-si-ding. Do-si-do and a do-si-ding. Balance on, everybody swing. Arm and left with your left hand. Right to your partner, right and left hand. Hand over hand around that ring. Promenade, come straight. Promenade, when you come straight. Second couple out to the right. 8 hands over. 8 hands over. Ladies bow and the gents bow under. Round you go and flap like thunder. Run. Break and circle four in a ring. Do-si-do and a do-si-ding. On to the next with 8 hands over. Ladies bow and the gents bow under. Flap them boys, flap like thunder. Breakin'. Do-si-do and a do-si-ding. Break and circle four in a ring. Balance home, everybody swing. The left hand lady with you. Swing your partners all around. Alaman left as you come down. Grand right and left and so on around. Right foot, left foot down. Make that big foot jar the ground. Promenade your honey round. Right foot. Make that big foot jar the ground. Now promenade your honey round.
I knew I was right to hold on to my soundtrack LP from Oklahoma. That's The Boy from Arkansas, Swing Like Thunder, the title of it, and the Mad Professor involved in the manufacture of that, although in what capacity I'm not quite sure, and I don't know when it comes out or indeed what label it'll be on when it does. I used to drive to Arkansas, actually, to Texarkana from Dallas. Every once in a while when I had a date, on the rare occasions, I used to drive to Texarkana to get milkshakes, and I used to really impress people because you'd pick up and say, where are we going to go? I just know this place where they do really wonderful chocolate malts, whatever they used to call the things, and it's about 300 miles from Dallas to Texarkana. People used to be very impressed with that. I used to think it was quite stylish, which I suppose by Texas standards it probably is. This is from the Outcasts. It's called Sex and Glory. Those are the Outcasts, and that's called Sex and Glory. No information about the band's current activities. Our Brian has obviously not been able to track them down. From The Fall and the LP Room to Live, Marquis Cha-Cha.
Marquis Cha-Cha. Stranded in South America, and nothing to go home for. Just another breath in a bar. And then a Spanish comes over to me. Almost the job as a broadcaster. That's how I came to be. Marquis Cha-Cha. Is it okay by him? The generals have many enemies, and them I single out. What does it concern me about? God rules in my native country. He never did a thing for me. It's a better life here, and I am not a traitor. Marquis Cha-Cha. Hey, you people back over there, and those in sea and air, has been theirs for years. It is a good life here, but won't be a much superior. Gringo gets cheap servant staff, although tax may be a dusky wife. Intelligentsia. On your radio has been jammed. Heard talk about by chance. Educated kids know what they're on about. You've been oppressed for years. Hey, Rosso's over there, and you've had cha-cha claws. You should hear real rough cha-cha stuff. I understand you. I'm from a town called Marquis Cha-Cha. Is made here. Soldier Rosso. So what if I do propaganda? And from Christians I feel better. But that broken down fan, they never fix it, them dumb Latins. There's a banner beside my head. There's a guard in the annex. Marquis Cha-Cha.
Whatever it was, it needed saying. That's The Fall from the LP Room to Live, of course, on Camera Records, Marquis Cha-Cha. And this next comes from the Ace Story Volume 3, the work of Alvin Red Tyler. It's called Snake Eyes. That's the big one, all right. Alvin Red Tyler and Snake Eyes from the A Story Volume 3. And now from Deutsche Amerikanische Freundschaft, the words which nobody has ever whispered into my ears: adore your haircut.
Messt euren Mut. Messt eure Meinung. An der Länge eurer Haare. Verehrt euren Haarschnitt. Messt euren Mut. Messt eure Meinung an der Länge eurer Haare. Verehrt euren Haarschnitt. Verehrt eure Schuhe. Messt euren Stolz. Messt euren Stil. An der Form. An der Form eurer Schuhe. Verehrt eure Schuhe. Messt euren Mut. Messt eure Meinung. Verehrt euren Haarschnitt.
Deutsche Amerikanische Freundschaft from the LP Für immer. That should have them dancing in the valleys for sure. And that's adore your haircut. Actually, in German, it sounds more like an invitation to fisticuffs than a pretty compliment. It's verehrt euren Haarschnitt. And you, the Farmer's Boys.
down. Can you help me? I'm in the proper train. Try to walk off the floor, but I can't control my legs. Oh, anyone here got that? And it don't say. How can I hold my fear when I've got the shake? Ba-da-ba-da, 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 bow. Ba-da-ba-da, 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 bow. Ba-da-ba-da, 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 bow. Ba-da-ba-da, 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 bow.
I think I'll be really daring and have a shandy myself. That's Soft Drink from the Farmers Boys from the LP Touchdown. And this next from David Ziggy Marley. If you missed this on, when was it? Tuesday night, I think I played it. It does sound very much like his dad. His voice is a little higher, but it does sound like his dad for sure. This is called What a Plot.
Oh yeah. Well. Hey, what a plot them a plot against I and I, but they ain't gonna get I. What a plot them a plot against I and I, but they ain't gonna get I. What a plot them a plot against I and I, but they ain't gonna get I. What a plot them a plot against I and I, but they ain't gonna get I. We see them scheming, we know them trap, so let them plot. We see them scheming, we know them trap, so let them plot. Are you willing? Yes, I'm willing to stop this killing. Are you willing? Yes, I'm willing to stop this killing. What a plot them a plot against I and I, but they ain't gonna catch I. What a plot them a plot against I and I, but they ain't gonna catch I. We see them scheming, we know them trap, so let them plot. Well. We see them scheming, we know them trap, so let them plot. Hey, think I'm gonna get old, sitting in the cold. My mother got to eat, my brother got to eat, my sister got to eat. Oh God, I got a very big family. What a plot them a plot against I and I, but they ain't gonna catch I. No. What a plot them a plot against I and I, but they ain't gonna catch I. What a tribulation, worse than salvation, human declaration. What a tribulation, worse than salvation, oh human declaration. We see them scheming, know them trap, so whoa, let them plot. We see them scheming, we know them trap, whoa. Hey. We see them scheme, know them trap, so let them plot. Here we go. What a scheme them a pull, what a trap them a make. they ain't gonna get tired. Hey, hey, go away, obey, stay, oi, go, obey, go away, hey, go away, obey, 'cause you not gonna get tired anyway. See them scheming, we know them trap. Whoa, 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 whoa.
What a plot. David Ziggy Marley in the Melody Makers, and that's on Rita Marley Music Records. Now the sound of young Shipley. ...1919 on Red Rhino and Tear Down the Walls. On Monday night's programme, incidentally, our sessions come from New Order and Sophisticated Boom Boom. Make a note of that in your diaries, I'm sure you will. The Outcasts and Winter. Those are the Outcasts, the last of them on tonight's programme. Winter, the name of it, no mention of Glorious Summer, a reference to Donna Summer, tip-tilted and pouting, 23-year-old, so on and so on and so on. TV personalities, and this is from their LP, They Could Have Been Bigger Than the Beatles. I think that's what it's called, something like that. Anyway, David Hockney's Diary. Feedback, the lot. TV personalities, and that's called David Hockney's Diary. And from an LP by somebody called, well, an ensemble called Somewhere of Voice, this is Shalott. Aren't shallots the things that you pick out of your ratatouille, if you're the type of person who has ratatouille? I rather hope that you're not, actually.
Train has left your station.
I'll probably get a humourless letter now from something like the Ratatouille Marketing Board. Somewhere a voice on Peyote Records from an LP, and that was called Charlotte. The last from the Mad Professor, who's ventured beyond the realms of dub. The Mad Professor and Beyond the Realms of Dub, and to end tonight's programme, Ike Yard, and I see that one of the composers of this is Compton. Could this, I wonder, be any relation to Dennis Compton, the last man to play football and cricket for England? I think almost certainly not. Ike Yard and Cherish 8.
and I watch where you go, and then I follow you home, and then I follow you home. You're so young. Then I touch your skin, then we lay. Then I touch your skin, then we lay. Then I touch your skin, then we lay. Then I touch
Something you can hum to send you into the weekend with. That's Ike Yard from an LP on Factory America, A Fact a Second, the title of it. That was Cherish 8. And on tonight's programme, you heard sessions from the Mad Professor and the Outcasts. On Monday, it's New Order and Sophisticated Boom Boom. But now, Radio 1 transmitters are closing down until 5 o'clock tomorrow morning, when we'll be joining Radio 2 until 7 o'clock. Then Mike Reed will be along with The Breakfast Show. Thanks very much for listening, and good night.